My child, listen with your heart because what you are about to hear is not ordinary. Imagine a place beyond the stars, where light never fades, where gold is not rare but common, where the streets are paved with purity and the walls shine brighter than diamonds. In that place, there is a vault, not an earthly vault, but a heavenly one. And inside it, your name is written in fire, carved upon a divine order that has just been released. Yes, Heaven's bank has issued a payment order in your name. Not in small numbers, not in the currency of this world, but in the measure of greatness beyond what men can comprehend. The figure written is $711 million, and do not see it only as money, for this is more than numbers. It is a symbol of restoration, of breakthrough, of what has been held back finally being released. My child, can you feel this? Something bigger than your imagination is trying to reach you right now. I want you to picture this moment. A long hallway made of crystal, angels standing guard with golden pens in their hands, and at the center a massive table shining with heavenly light. On that table, the order was stamped, sealed, and signed with your name. Do you understand the weight of this? Heaven has already approved your release. What you prayed for, what you waited for, what was delayed for so long, it has now been commanded to move. But here is the truth, not everyone sees such messages, not everyone is allowed to hear them. Only the chosen, only those marked by destiny are permitted. And right now, it is you. You are not hearing this by accident. There is a reason this found you, a reason this exact moment was chosen. Because if you open your eyes and hold on to it, your life will never be the same again. Stay here. Do not skip. Because in the next moments, revelations will unfold. This is not only about wealth, it is about the shifting of your life, the unlocking of doors, the breaking of chains that tried to keep you in the same cycle for years. Have you ever wondered why you were attacked, why you faced loss, why doors shut on you again and again? It was not because you were unlucky, it was because heaven's vault had your name, and forces of darkness knew what was waiting. They tried to delay you, they tried to make you give up. But today, heaven has said, enough. $711 million is more than riches, it is a decree. A decree that says, your health will be restored, your family will be lifted, your name will shine again, your battles will end, and your destiny will be revealed. My beloved, this is not fantasy. This is your confirmation. And as you hear this, let your heart feel the weight of it. Close your eyes for a second and imagine angels counting blessings like treasures, putting them in boxes marked with your initials. Imagine them whispering your name in the throne room. Imagine Archangel Michael standing tall, guarding the order so it cannot be stolen, so it cannot be erased, so it cannot be blocked. That is happening right now. But here is the warning from heaven, if you skip this, if you turn away, you lose it. Because heaven responds to faith, and faith requires attention. This is why you are being held here, why you cannot scroll away. Because the moment your heart receives it, the order is activated. Now, let me tell you how this began. A few nights ago, the heavenly council gathered. There was discussion about your name, about your life, about the pain you endured and the faith you held on to. Angels rose and spoke of your tears. They spoke of nights when no one saw you but heaven did. They spoke of the betrayals you faced, the silent battles, the lonely prayers. And then God, with a voice like thunder but a heart full of mercy, declared, "Release their portion now. They have waited long enough." And the treasury of heaven shook. The bank of eternity opened its books. And an order was printed with golden ink, $711,000,000, assigned, sealed, and delivered to you. That's why you are here. That's why this message found you today and not yesterday, not tomorrow. Because the release is now. But you must hold on. Because the next parts of this message will reveal who tried to stop it, why it was delayed, and how you will see it unfold before your very eyes. If you miss it, you lose the fullness. If you stay, you activate the miracle. So remain here, stay to the end, and let your spirit absorb every word. This is only the beginning. Heaven's bank has spoken, and the story is about to unfold in a way you will never forget. My beloved child, do not think this is ordinary. You have entered a message that was waiting for you, sealed by the hand of heaven, hidden until the exact moment you would open it. And now, the story continues. Do you wonder why your blessing of $711 million was delayed for so long? Do you wonder why every time something good came near, it slipped through your fingers? Today, the truth will be revealed. Because in the courts of heaven, every secret is exposed. When the bank of heaven wrote your name in the golden order, the enemy saw it. He trembled, for he knew what it meant. He knew that if you received what was written for you, chains would break, generations would change, and your life would never be the same. So he sent opposition. He sent distractions. He sent people who looked like friends but carried envy in their hearts. He sent opportunities that looked good but were traps. Every delay you faced was not coincidence, it was resistance against the heavenly order with your name on it. But child, listen, what belongs to you cannot be stolen forever. For years, it was fought over in silence. Angels battled for your breakthrough while you slept. Archangel Michael himself drew his sword to guard the vault, because dark hands tried to reach for what was yours. Do you know how many nights heaven defended you? Do you know how many unseen battles were fought over your destiny? And yet, here you are, still standing. That alone is proof that your portion is unstoppable. The enemy tried to plant fear in your heart. He whispered lies like, "You are forgotten. Nothing good will happen for you. Others succeed, but not you." He wanted you to give up, because giving up is the only way you could lose. But you held on. Even in silence, even in tears, you kept moving. And heaven kept recording every moment. Now let me show you a vision. Imagine a courtroom where your name was on trial. On one side, the accuser brought a list of your failures, your mistakes, your sins, hoping to cancel the order. But on the other side stood Jesus, shining brighter than the sun, with wounds in his hands that spoke louder than words. And he declared, "Their debt is paid. Their portion is released. No power can revoke what my blood has sealed." And suddenly, the gavel of heaven struck. The judgment was made. The order of $711 million was stamped, approved, irreversible. Can you feel the weight of this? This is why you cannot skip. Because every word you hear is activating the order. The more you listen, the closer the release comes. Now, beloved, let me speak about the hidden delays. There was someone who smiled in front of you but secretly spoke against you. Someone who pretended to wish you well but envied the light around you. Their words became like chains in the spirit, trying to block what was yours. But what they did not know is that heaven heard every whisper, and God has turned their curse into your blessing. Even now, the chains they placed are being broken piece by piece. This is why your life felt like a cycle, moving 2 steps forward and being pulled 3 steps back. But cycles break when heaven releases orders. And this order, child, has broken it forever. Archangel Michael has been watching over this transaction like a guardian of flame. When demons tried to steal it, he struck them down. When false signatures were attempted, he burned them with fire. The heavenly papers are safe because Michael has been circling them with his sword. This is why the number is so specific, $711 million. Because it is sealed with precision. 7 is the number of completion. 11 is the number of transition. And combined, they mean your old chapter is over and your new one has begun. My beloved, if you are still here listening, it means you are chosen to receive what others cannot. Do not think lightly of this. The moment you give your heart fully to this message, angels mark it as received. That means your life begins to align with what was written. Picture this now, a courier angel, holding the divine check in his hands, flying straight towards you. Nothing can stop him, because the signature of God is upon it. But here is the mystery, the check is spiritual first, and then it manifests physical. That means you must believe it in your heart before you can see it in your hand. So stay here. Stay until the end. Because what comes next is the revelation of how this $711 million blessing will begin to manifest in your actual life. It will not just be money, it will be doors opening, favor finding you, people remembering you, opportunities chasing you, debts erased, and joy restored. The vault of heaven has opened. The order has been issued. And in the next part, you will discover the signs that will appear around you as proof that the release has already begun. My beloved child, you have come this far, and it is no coincidence. The vault of heaven has already opened, the golden order with your name has already been signed, but now the question arises, how will you see it manifest in your life? Because blessings that are spiritual must always find a doorway to become physical. And that doorway is opening right now for you. Imagine this, you wake up one morning, and something feels different. The heaviness you carried for years suddenly feels lighter. The air around you feels charged, almost alive. That is the first sign. When heaven releases a decree, your atmosphere changes first. The unseen world shifts, and your spirit begins to sense it. Have you not felt lately that something is about to happen? That deep inner stirring, that quiet voice that says, hold on, something is coming? That was not random, it was the whisper of this order reaching you. The second sign will be people. Suddenly, people who forgot you will remember your name. Calls will come from unexpected places. Messages will arrive that surprise you. Do not dismiss them, for they are part of the angelic arrangement. Heaven uses people as instruments to deliver what is already written. Someone who once overlooked you will now be compelled to help you. Someone who once ignored your presence will suddenly seek you out. This is not chance, this is heaven aligning hearts to fulfill your portion. The third sign is in your finances. Money that was blocked, delayed, or lost will begin to flow again. Refunds, opportunities, promotions, gifts, even random money will start showing up. You will notice sudden favor in business, work, or deals you thought were closed. That is not random, it is the $711 million beginning to break through in fragments until the full release comes. But my beloved, let me tell you something deeper, this number is not only about money. It represents full restoration. Restoration of your health, your peace, your relationships, your destiny. Some of you listening right now, your bodies will feel a surge of healing. Pains that were constant will fade without reason. Medical reports will turn in your favor. Doctors will be confused, but heaven will know. Because when God writes an order, it touches every part of your life. The fourth sign is dreams. Pay attention to your dreams in the coming days. You may see doors opening, light breaking through, or even people from your past appearing. These are not ordinary dreams, they are confirmations. They are the spiritual courier arriving in your sleep to let you know the release is near. Some of you will even hear your name being called in the dream, signed with love and authority. Do not fear it, embrace it. For this is the mark that the check is on its way. And then there will be the fifth sign, your inner joy returning. Do you remember the last time you laughed without worry? The last time you smiled without fear of tomorrow? Heaven is restoring that. You will find yourself smiling for no reason, hopeful again, alive again. Because heaven's bank does not only give money, it gives life, and life in abundance. But hear me, every blessing released attracts resistance. And that is why you must remain alert. As your portion begins to manifest, distractions will try to rise. Someone may come with jealousy. Someone may try to plant doubt. Ignore them, for they cannot stop what God has already signed. If you keep your eyes on the promise, you will see it unfold piece by piece until the fullness of $711 million is in your hands. Now let me tell you how this blessing will flow. First, it will come as favor. Doors that were shut will open easily. Strangers will help you without reason. Then it will come as opportunity. A call, a meeting, an encounter that shifts everything. After that, it will come as multiplication. What you put your hands on will grow faster than before. And finally, it will come as overflow. Not only will you be blessed, but you will bless others. You will become the source where others drink. And when this happens, remember this moment. Remember the voice you are hearing now, because this is the seed of it all. The fact that you are here, listening, is proof that heaven chose you. Do you know how many people missed this? Do you know how many scrolled past without realizing? But you, beloved, were destined to stay. And because you stayed, the release has been activated. Archangel Michael is even now walking before you, preparing the way. He is clearing obstacles you cannot see. He is silencing the voices that try to accuse you. He is cutting the cords of delay that held you bound. You may not see him, but you will see his work. In sudden peace. In sudden clarity. In sudden open doors. So hold on, child. Do not skip. Because in the next part, you will discover the exact reason why heaven chose this number, $711 million, and how this number is coded with your destiny itself. What you are about to learn will shock you, but it will also set you free forever. My beloved child, lean closer now, for what you are about to hear is not common knowledge. You see the figure $711 million written in heaven's order and you think it is only money. But heaven does not work with empty numbers, every digit carries a code, every figure carries a prophecy, and every number is connected to destiny. This number is not random. It was chosen for you, written for you, and sealed with your name. Let us break it open. 7 is the number of completion, the number of divine perfection. When God created the heavens and the earth, He finished His work in 7 days. 7 marks the end of struggle and the beginning of rest. That means the cycle of your battles, the long nights of waiting, the unfinished chapters in your life, they are completed now. 7 is heaven's way of telling you, it is finished. No more delay, no more going in circles. Then comes 11. 11 is not ordinary. In the language of heaven, 11 represents transition, a bridge between where you were and where you are destined to be. 11 is the shift from promise to possession. It is the season where things may feel unstable because they are moving, but the movement is necessary to carry you into the new. Child, this is why your life felt shaken lately, why old things were breaking, why people were leaving. It was not destruction, it was transition. 11 is proof that the bridge has appeared under your feet and you are walking into your new chapter. And then, the number is multiplied, not by thousands, not by millions, but by hundreds of millions. 711 million, do you know what that means? It means this is not a small blessing, not a casual gift, but an inheritance of generational weight. It is not only for you, it will overflow to your family, to your children, to those connected to you. This order was written because your life is meant to be a testimony, a light for others. Heaven did not assign you a small measure, because your calling is not small. Now hear this, 711 is also a sequence of angelic alignment. 7, standing as completion. 1, standing as unity with the divine. Another 1, standing as new beginnings. Put together, 711 means the completion of the old, unity with heaven, and the beginning of the new. That is why the Bank of Heaven wrote exactly this figure, because your old season has ended, you are now aligned with the throne, and your new life is beginning. Think deeper. Do you realize how many times 711 has already appeared around you? Perhaps you saw it on a clock, or in a receipt, or in passing moments and ignored it. But heaven was speaking, marking your path with this number so that when the order came, you would recognize it. This is not a coincidence. This is heaven's code written in your story. Child, when you hold on to this, something powerful happens. The number becomes not only a prophecy but a key. 7 locks the past. 11 opens the door to the future. And the multiplication shows how large, how overwhelming the release will be. You will not just receive a portion, you will receive abundance. You will not just see survival, you will see overflow. And let me tell you what else this number means. $711 million carries the weight of restoration. For every tear you cried, there is a measure. For every loss you endured, there is repayment. For every betrayal you faced, there is vindication. Heaven calculated it and said, this is the measure of what they are owed. That is why it is so massive, because your pain was massive, your battles were massive, your faith was massive. And now, your reward is massive too. Think of it like this, imagine scales in heaven. On one side, the enemy tried to place your losses, your struggles, your disappointments. The scale was heavy. But then heaven stepped in and said, balance it with glory. And to outweigh the darkness, the treasury poured $711 million of blessing, restoration, and destiny into your side of the scale. That is why you are hearing this now. Because the scales have tipped in your favor. Beloved, this is why you cannot take this lightly. When you embrace this number, you are not just receiving money, you are receiving the completion of cycles, the bridge into destiny, and the abundance that makes up for every lost year. And if you doubt, look at your journey. Have you not already walked through sevens? Endings you did not understand? Have you not walked through 11s? Transitions that felt painful but brought growth? This is not new, this is the confirmation of what heaven has been whispering all along. Archangel Michael stands over this decree as witness. He holds the sword not only to protect the order but also to cut away the lies that tell you it is too late. Michael is here to remind you, heaven does not waste numbers, and heaven does not lie. If your name is on the order, it must come to pass. But there is more. In the next part, you will discover the exact pathway through which this heavenly check will reach your earthly life. You will see the steps, the stages, the bridges God has already placed to deliver this abundance into your hands. And once you know them, you will recognize the signs unfolding right before your eyes. Stay, child. Do not scroll away. For what comes next is the map of your miracle.